All right, this week I pulled out some fragrances that you guys are absolutely gonna want to check out, so stay tuned. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, hit the subscribe button down below and also make sure to follow my Instagram page. But that's right, another week, another weekly fragrance rotation. If you aren't familiar with this series that I do, I pretty much tell you what fragrances I wear on each day, the kind of weather, how many sprays, and if that fragrance got any compliments or not. So let's just get right into Sunday. Sunday actually was a pretty decent day in the low 50s, but it was sunny out, which is always nice. And I chose to wear Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is by far my favorite flanker of the Sauvage lineup. This is just a little bit more mature, a little bit more refined, but that price tag is insane. I think it's like 250 bucks for 100 mil now. Reaching niche territory with that hefty price tag, which is unbelievable, especially for like a Sauvage fragrance. But on that day in the morning, I did go to church. This is a great church fragrance. It's nothing that's kind of daring or that somebody wouldn't necessarily like. It is very crowd pleasing. However, it is strong though, so definitely don't spray this one a lot. You might choke out people around you. But later in that day, it was the Super Bowl, so I went over to a Super Bowl party. Got no compliments from Sauvage Elixir, but this fragrance people absolutely love, and you will definitely get compliments if you wear this. So Monday had very similar weather to Sunday in the low 50s, another sunny day as well. And I put out a new Louis Vuitton that I recently got, and that is On the Beach. Now, this one honestly does not get a lot of talk or a lot of hype for some reason, but it is my second favorite within the California collection. I actually did wear my favorite in the California collection later on in the week, which we'll talk about here soon. But On the Beach, it's very like beachy. It has a sandy vibe about it, which is very unique. And I could just picture myself wearing this one a lot during the summertime, especially if you're by like the water or on vacation or something like that. This is an absolutely perfect fragrance for that situation. On that day though, I did do H sprays to work, got no compliments, but yeah, I really enjoyed the wearing experience with On the Beach, and the quality is top tier. So on Tuesday, it happened to be Valentine's Day, so hopefully you guys had a good Valentine's. I was pretty much at work for the majority of the day. However, it was pretty warm in the mid 50s on that day, slightly cloudy. And I looked at my collection, I was like, what would be a good Valentine's fragrance? And I thought this one is absolutely the best, and that is coming from Mind Games, and this is Double Attack. Now, I chose this fragrance because it has this very nice, bitter, dark chocolate note, which you don't really find in many fragrances. It's very gourmand. You also get like this spicy saffron in here, which works lovely along with the chocolate. So if you're a gourmand or a chocolate lover when it comes to fragrances, you absolutely have to check out Double Attack. It's one of the most natural smelling chocolate fragrances I have ever smelled. On that day, I did do H sprays to work of Double Attack. I did actually get a compliment from one of my coworkers when I walked by her. She's like, "Ooh, you smell good." I was like, "Thank you, it smells like chocolate." And she's all like, "Ooh," like kind of like surprised, like it was Valentine's Day, smelling like chocolate, that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool that she complimented this one. It's very inoffensive and just smells delicious, and it will work perfect for obviously Valentine's, date night situation, and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's what I chose for Valentine's, is Double Attack. So heading into Wednesday, it was very warm actually compared to the weather we have been getting. Almost 70 degrees outside, but it was kind of cloudy. So I wanted to pull out I was in the mood for like a blue style fragrance. So this is definitely one of my favorites when it comes to that genre, and that's Versace's Dylan Blue. Now, I just love how this is combined with like that bergamot, grapefruit, a little bit of spicy pepper, and that incense note. It is honestly a very lovely fragrance when it comes to blue style fragrances, in my opinion. I know this one isn't the most popular compared to like Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, but it is very well done, and it gives those two a run for its money. But on that day to work, I did do H sprays as well with Dylan Blue. I did also get a compliment from this one from a coworker at work who has this very strong English accent. When I was by her or walking by her, she's like, "Ooh, is that your aftershave or deodorant?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually my fragrance," and she loved it. And she kind of made like a comment like, "Oh, don't go tell HR. I hope that's not weird for me complimenting your fragrance." So yeah, that's another thing why you won't get a lot of compliments, because sometimes people are a little bit shy to tell you smell good. Some people think that's weird. Obviously, I don't. I love hearing you smell good, and I like your fragrance. What are you wearing, etc. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people aren't open like that. But yeah, she loved it, and it was just funny with her English accent. Is that an aftershave? And it seems like a lot of older people do think it's either your aftershave or deodorant, because that's what people used to wear back in the day, rather than like cologne, perfume, or obviously fragrances in general. But in bloom, people love. This is a huge compliment magnet, so if that's what you're looking for, definitely check this fragrance out. So wrap my work week off on Thursday. It was in the high 50s, cloudy as well, and I put out a new fragrance from Aulentissima, which is a Middle Eastern brand, and that is Exclusive Oud Sport. Now, this fragrance is very similar to Parfums de Marly's Cologne, which is very underrated from Parfums de Marly. I don't own a bottle, but I have smelled it in like department stores and stuff. It's a very kind of like peppery, spicy fragrance that I actually enjoy. This one is the same ordeal, very spicy, very peppery, and I don't really think it lives up to that sport name at all. It's not really a sporty fragrance that you want to wear in the gym or anything like that. It's more of like an intimate, seductive fragrance in my opinion. But on that day to work, I did do 8 sprays of Exclusive Oud Sport, which by the way, I love that red bottle. I think that looks absolutely awesome. However, on that day when I was walking by someone, she's like, oh, do you smell that burning smell? And I was like, that's probably honestly me, because this fragrance does, like I said, have that spicy, almost burning kind of smell to it, which is very different and unique. But also when it comes to these fragrances from Aulentissima, the performance is outstanding. No complaints at all from anything I've tried from this house. So if you are looking for beast mode fragrances that will push and project throughout the entire day, you have to check out some of these. They have some great offerings. But that's what I wore on Thursday, is this. Okay, on Friday, it was in the low 60s. We actually got some snow on that day too, which I'm so tired of the snow, guys. I cannot wait for snow to just absolutely be over and it's warm and sunny outside. Trust me, I'm tired of it. But on that day, I got this fragrance in the morning, sprayed it, and I knew right away I had to wear it for my scent of the day. And that's from a new house that I just recently discovered. Is Aulentissima's O.H.V Gut B. Now, if you love fougere, you love kind of aromatic fragrances, this you absolutely had to check out, especially for the price. I cannot believe what you could pick these up for. It's insane for the quality. This just smells so luxurious, has this kind of like Italian vibe about it as well. And I think this bottle is awesome. Just take a look at that bottle right there with the top. It's like very kind of classy and old school and unique. I haven't smelled a fougere that quite smells like this one. But on that day, I did go out shopping. Of course, I had to go to the Louis store again. It's like a tradition now every Friday. I'm like a returning customer. They kind of expect me to be there on Friday now. It seems like it just every week I'm there picking up something. And you'll see what I picked up in the next day. But I did do 10 sprays of this. Got no compliments, but whoa, this thing just projected so nicely. It smells even better in the air than just smelling it on skin up close. And I'm very kind of curious about other offerings from Aulentissima. Let me know if you ever heard of this house and you tried anything from them. I'm very interested after smelling this one. So wrapping the week off on Saturday, it was kind of cold outside in the low 40s. However, it was sunny. The sun was shining on that day, so that's nice. And I pulled out, like I said previously, another Louis Vuitton that I just bought, and my favorite within the California collection. You guys probably know what it is. And I'm so glad to have this in its afternoon swim. Now, I've been on the hunt for this fragrance for the past couple weeks. Like every time I go to the Louis store, they're out of stock of it. So I decided to get something else from there because I'm a big fan of Louis Vuitton fragrances. I think they make some of the best freshies on the entire market. They're so easygoing, so crowd pleasing, and just has this appeal about them. Now, afternoon swim, I picked up the last bottle on that day. So I was so happy to get this. It's a very kind of uplifting citrus blast that kind of has like this vitamin C shot vibe to it. And I think that's what Jack Cavalier was going for when he created this one. One of the best freshies I've ever smelled. And I will wear this a ton during like the spring and summertime without a doubt. Now, on that day on Saturday, I did do 3 sprays of afternoon swim. The only downside with this fragrance is the performance. It is below average from my testing. It is the worst one from Louis Vuitton when it comes to longevity. It just sucks because the opening of this stuff is literally to die for. You just want to drink this. It is so natural, so just refreshing, guys. It smells like a refreshing drink. What's cool about it is it's not aquatic. You would think afternoon swim, it would kind of be ozonic aquatic, but it doesn't really go that route. which is a great thing for me. I don't really like aquatic fragrances that are like watery, kind of like smells like the ocean. You do not get that whatsoever, even though it does kind of have like this pool vibe about it. If you ever like obviously go swimming, you get that smell. It does have that kind of smell to it, which is awesome. But Afternoon Swim is the fragrance I wore for Saturday on a sunny day. However, it was kind of cold. But that's gonna do it for my weekly fragrance rotation. Let me know down below the fragrances you guys put out for the week. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see all of you back here in my next video. Take care, everybody.